Hey guys, Aslan here with a review of Mass Effect Andromeda. Mass Effect Andromeda is an action RPG with some open world elements and exploration. Andromeda takes place in the Mass Effect universe, but it introduces a fresh story with new characters and races. You wake from cryosleep in the unfamiliar Andromeda galaxy after traveling over 600 years from the Milky Way. You play as one of the Ryder twins and assume the role of Pathfinder, with the ultimate goal of protecting your people and paving the way for them to discover a habitable world to call home. Unlocking alien technology and forming relationships lie at the core of the game, and as you struggle to find your foothold in Andromeda, you'll battle against the Ket that seek control of the galaxy. I don't want to give any spoilers away, but I thought that the story was decent and I enjoyed it. Gameplay-wise, Andromeda has almost everything I liked about the previous games, and then several improvements on top of it. Exploring the surface of different planets is gratifying, and each one is unique with a different biome and distinct landscape. Driving around in the Nomad is a hell of a lot more enjoyable than that damn rover in the first Mass Effect. The boosters, thrusters, and six-wheel drive allowed me to climb up some really steep terrain, and I never once got stuck. The process of colonizing each planet gets repetitive, but colonizing all planets isn't mandatory. It's also optional to check out other solar systems and scan for extra resources from orbit. Scanning planets does get tedious after a while though, because it takes too long to change from the different planetary and map views. The most notable improvements to the gameplay revolve around the combat. The jump jets and access to a whole lot of unique skills make the encounters thoroughly enjoyable. You choose 2 squad members to accompany you, and I think that it's great that you don't need to micromanage them. You just tell them what to attack or where you want them to take cover, and they use their abilities on their own. There's a wide range of combat, tech, and biotic abilities to choose from, and a good selection of weapons as well. Whether you want to shoot safely from afar, or teleport in and crush your enemies with biotic powers, you're bound to find a playstyle that suits you. Completing missions and other encounters earns XP, and as you level up you earn skill points to learn abilities. I love the flexible combat and skill system. You can build your character's loadout just about any way that you want to, and you can even unlock and set up multiple profiles to change anytime you want, even while in combat. The character progression is paced well, and I always felt like I had enough skill points given to me. If for some reason you want to completely respec, you can, but the cost does increase each time. As expected from a Bioware game, a large chunk of the gameplay revolves around character dialogue and interactions between one another, as well as choices that help to shape the game. The biggest flaw with Andromeda, and my biggest complaint about the game, is that I just didn't feel as much of a connection to the characters as I did with the other Mass Effect games. It's extremely hard to feel immersed in the dialogue when the characters' faces are almost completely devoid of emotion. At times I found myself not always looking at the characters when they were talking, and just listening to them instead. That way I wouldn't get distracted by the bug eyes or other goofy, unnatural facial animations. Beyond the weapon and skill selections, you can also customize your equipment with different mods and colors, as well as research and develop completely new mods and gear. While on your ship, you can also dispatch teams of AI to fight on missions and earn rewards, similar to the garrison missions in World of Warcraft. There are also special Apex missions available that you can actually send yourself on and participate in multiplayer PvE. While playing in multiplayer, you can choose your character from among several pre-made character profiles that are used in the multiplayer mode only. Each character levels up individually, and you can customize the skills within the available abilities each character has. The multiplayer requires you to defend against increasingly difficult waves of enemies. It's neat that there is multiplayer available, but your squad needs to stay together and communicate. Communication in my experience has been a problem though, and there seems to be a bug with the voice chat. Every match that I joined had everyone's mic spamming me with static until I muted them. Without proper communication, there's too much importance put on reviving other players. It would be nice if you could safely clear the immediate area before the revive timer runs out, and they stay dead until the entire wave is cleared. Graphics-wise, aside from some grainy cutscenes and some minor texture popping, the environments in Andromeda look great. The character animations, on the other hand, leave a lot to be desired.
This seems perfectly in line with how everything was going. Meridian's gone, and now we're stuck in a Ket shit show. Can I please get a break once in a while? We're fighting. The Ket are not taking us. Not today!
Pathfinder, the remnants...
The characters feel so wooden, and often make unusual facial expressions. Not to mention the glitchy hair in just about every dialogue and cutscene. The sound effects and the music were done well. The dialogue felt a bit off at some points, but the voice acting was good at least. The controls are fully customizable and there is full controller support. The main campaign took me about 17 hours, but I still have a lot of the side missions to do and a few more planets to colonize, so it would be really easy to dump a whole lot more hours into the game. The multiplayer does add replay value, but I personally won't be playing the multiplayer long term. Mass Effect Andromeda doesn't quite live up to my expectations with the strong character development and feeling a connection with the characters. However, behind all the horrible facial animations and some of the other goofy, glitchy animations, lies a pretty enjoyable game with great gameplay. Andromeda builds on most of the things that I liked in the earlier Mass Effect games and exceeds at creating even more satisfying gameplay mechanics. It's a real shame that the game didn't get more polish in the character animation department, but if you can look past all these issues, there's still plenty of fun to be had with it. I hope this review has helped you. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and post your feedback in the comments below. Thanks everyone, and have a wonderful day.